Hi everyone, welcome back to the Whitney Water Center Learning from Home. My name's Lisa DeFrancesco, the Water Science Educator here at Regional Water Authority. Today, we're going to take a close look at two different materials that have very different properties. The first material that we're going to look at is this white powder. It's called sodium polyacrylate, and it is hydrophilic or water-loving. It attracts water. The other material we're going to look at is this blue-coated sand. And this material is hydrophobic or water-fearing. It repels water. When these two materials are mixed with water, they produce very different but very cool results. We're starting with a very thin layer of the sodium polyacrylate in the bottom of the cup. I'm going to quickly pour in some water. The pouring action is going to mix the powder in the water. And you can tell right away that there's a pretty significant change. But it's even more obvious when you turn it upside down. The water doesn't come out. It's not frozen. It turned to a gel. You can press into it and you can see the indent. The sodium polyacrylate attracts the water so strongly. It absorbs it, it holds on to it, and it won't let go. It turns into that gel. A real-world application for this material is used in disposable diapers. The sodium polyacrylate powder is part of the bottom of the diaper, and that's why diapers absorb liquid, and when they're full, they're very thick and heavy, especially if you've ever seen a kid get out of a pool with a diaper on. They hold all that water. Our second material is the magic sand. But before I start with that, we're going to do a quick demonstration with regular sand. This is sand you would find in a sandbox or at a beach. When I pour this sand in, no matter how slow I do it, it sinks to the bottom, it separates, and it doesn't float on the top. If I put a spoon in the water to scoop the sand up, the sand mixes with the water, it's wet, and it clumps. Now let's see how different the magic sand reacts in water. When I sprinkle it gently, it collects on the surface tension of the water. The heavier I sprinkle it, you can see it pushing down on the surface. Almost looks like a cloud hanging in there. And when it gets too heavy, it falls to the bottom. And it looks kind of silvery. And if I pour it in quickly, it looks very different than the regular sand going into the water. Now this time, if I take a spoon and scoop it up, the water and the sand didn't mix, and it's still dry and powdery when I pour it off the spoon. The coating that's on the outside of the sand prevents the water from mixing with it. It repels the water. That's why it has that silvery appearance. That's the light reflecting off the surface tension of the water. The sand and the water are not mixing. Another way to demonstrate this is to drop the water onto the sand. The sand repels the water, so the water collects into one drop. You can even move the drop around on the spoon and it doesn't lose its shape. When I empty this water drop off, the sand and the spoon will be dry. If you'd like to experiment with these at home, both of these are available to be ordered online. The white powder is sodium polyacrylate. It's also known as instant snow. And the blue powder is called magic sand, which is not the same as kinetic sand. They're two very different things. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for joining us. My name's Lisa DeFrancesco here at Regional Water Authority, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.